In an interview with the Gazeta Polska Weekly, Jarosław Kaczyński indicated that sanctions against Russia must be imposed by the entire international community. We should all agree with the latest Pentagon dispatches, which speak of a long war. I think so too. All the indications are that it will be a long war. There will be no quick end to this genocide, all the more so because it does not receive an adequate response from the world. Prime Minister Mateusz Morawiecki has announced a move away from Russian coal by May this year at the latest. In return, Poland is to increase domestic coal mining and imports from countries such as Africa and Australia. Poland is also to move away from Russian oil imports by the end of the year. We present the most radical plan for Europe to move away from Russian oil, Russian gas and Russian coal. This most radical plan is needed in order for Europe finally to come to its senses. The Prime Minister also called on the European Commission to introduce a tax on Russian hydrocarbons. Yesterday, the Council of Ministers adopted the assumptions for updating Poland's energy policy until 2040. The basic change in this policy, at the same time the fundamental change, will be the addition of the first pillar, sovereignty. We are ready for this sovereignty, and it was and remains our priority since 2015. The most important changes are increased technological diversification and expansion of capacity based on domestic sources, further development of renewable energy sources, improvement of energy efficiency, further diversification of supplies and providing alternatives to hydrocarbons, implementation of nuclear energy, development of the grid and energy storage. We have worked very hard. We have adapted so that we are able to select such a basket of crude oil that will be most optimal for our use in our refineries. And we have managed to do this. This consistency, the favour of the Prime Minister's government, has led to the fact that we are independent at all times. The Deputy Minister for Development and Technology, Piotr Uściński, pointed out that the strategy of making Poland independent from Russian hydrocarbons was started by the late Lech Kaczyński and is continued by the current government. For the time being, we have to act at the national level, but we will urge, or at all time urge our partners from the European Union and the whole world to cut themselves off from Russian sources. Editor-in-Chief Tomasz Sakiewicz points out that we are dealing with the bloodiest war in Europe since 1945. Therefore, sanctions must be decisive. These actions should be in solidarity, or let us do at least enough to harm Russia. If these are EU actions, then this is a real blow to Russia and will cut it off from money. Today, Prime Minister Mateusz Morawiecki met Dmytro Kuleba, Ukraine's foreign minister. The topics discussed included Ukrainian-Russian negotiations, the current humanitarian and military situation in Ukraine, and the documentation of Russian war crimes.